just for this category, and since we actually haven't come to you with actually asking to borrow the money yet, the fund is empty at this point. So at some point, I'm assuming for Wendy, probably March, April, we'd be looking for approval.
So with the borrowing, we're supposed to spend it down within 3 years, and in order to show it clearly of when we received the proceeds to when they were spent down, we set up a separate fund for it. So that's why this is going to be designated in Fund 434. The last time we used it was for the 2016 borrowing, and that's completely spent down. And the middle column is if we had had any money left over from a prior borrowing that we were going to apply to these projects. But we still have ongoing projects being spent out of the 21 borrowing, so that's why that column is 0.
And similarly, the bottom, next to the bottom line, contingency says 10%, but there's no amounts in there.
So I just filled it in to what people requested, and then in the undesignated spot is the offset to make it a full $1 million borrowing.
So is that really where the contingency is?
The contingency doesn't really mean anything. So undesignated and contingency, it's probably meaning the same thing in this situation.
True.
But the way that we borrow is by notes. So we could actually switch if you wanted to approve a different thing. Say maybe we had a different equipment fail on us that we needed to purchase and we hadn't purchased one of the other ones, we could swap it out.
True. Yeah, any action by tonight's body doesn't lock us into these dollar amounts, these categories. It's more of a roadmap of what we're hoping to do, but as time goes on, playground equipment might come in at 70,000 or 80, which would come back to this body for approval. So this is more of just a roadmap and concept versus saying we're going to expend this exact dollar amount on these categories this year. Ms. Michalowski?
I'd like to make a motion to approve the 2023 borrowing list for general fund capital improvements.
Hold second.
Okay. Any, Mr. Jopek?
And I might totally be out of line. Is something like the skate park, should that be on this, listed on this, or is that going to be through other funding and I'm just spacing it?
So we earmarked last year 75,000, but I mean, it's definitely something that could be on there, but that's up to, because it is a capital expense if it's something that's, concrete, actual material. So it could be, it's, we have playground equipment and splash pad, which is similar type outdoor rec facility projects. So I wouldn't anticipate at this point any actual expense for the skate park this year, just based on timetable. I don't see how in this buildable season we could have a design location and all that lined up in time. Mr. Anderson?
As I recall, the actual borrowing process is sometime in the summer or fall. Am I right that we'll have a look at this again between now and July, August, before it's all finalized?
So absolutely. So for borrowing, we're looking to combine this if we need with any of our road capital improvements. So we should be getting back our Oneida Street bids pretty soon. And then we will know if we need to borrow extra for road construction as well as this, to do it all in one lump sum for that saves on closing costs. So you would be looking at borrowing yet again, for this. That would come to this board for approval. And then as each one of these items come to the table, you'd be looking at approving said item or not. So really, this is a roadmap that you still have to approve taking out the money loan and then also expending it how you choose fit. So there's a motion and a second. Not seeing any more discussion. Clerk, please take the roll call.
Gerald Anderson,
Aye.
Steve Jopek,
Aye.
Eileen Daniel, Carrie Mikulowski,
Aye.
Tom Kelly,
Aye.
Thomas Barnett, David Holt,
Aye.
Leanne Felton.
Aye.
Okay, motion passes. Moving on to G, which is discuss and/or approve order of a plow truck in amount of $238,000. So plow trucks we have found out are about 12 months out. The plow truck we're looking to take out of service from our streets department. It was purchased in 2003, so it's currently 20 years old. We're exploring concepts if we're going to trade this one in or if we're going to, well, hand me down it to our wastewater department. They do have a vehicle like this they use very limited, but it's in pretty poor shape due to the age of it. So at this point, we're looking if you guys would be okay with us putting this on order. We don't incur any costs until we take ownership of the vehicle, which would be about a year from now. But we would like to get the order in place to be able to have this vehicle, well, in roughly 1 year.
That would lock in the price too, right?
Correct.
Holt. I'll go ahead and make the motion to approve order of plow truck in the amount of $238,546 for future purchase from 2023 borrowing.
Jopek second.
Okay. And I would just like to point out before we take a vote, if we decide not to borrow, then we would have to find somewhere in our budget where to allocate this money from. So there's something to keep in mind. We're kind of allocating funds of the future without having a funding source approved at this moment. So, Mr. Holt.
Yeah, I have a question for the city attorney. Does the specification in the statement from 2023 borrowing negate the action if we don't end up borrowing? Like, do we have to do anything to clean that up, or do we just ignore it?
You're going to, if you order the truck, you're committing that amount of money,
Gotcha.
which means you're going to have to either find it in a budget or borrow. You have no choice
Right.
because you've allocated the funds.
Right, understood.
Okay. Clerk, please take the roll call.
Leanne Felton,
Aye.
Tom Kelly,
Aye.
Eileen Daniel, Thomas Barnett, Gerald Anderson,
Aye.
Carrie Mikulowski,
Aye.
Stephen Jopek,
Aye.
David Holt.
Aye.
Okay. Motion approved. Moving on to H, which will be discuss and/or approve order of toolcat in the amount of $71,000. Similar concept. This is for snow removal process. I believe it's about 9 to 10 months out, so still within enough time to procure funds however we see fit.
And to anticipate the question, the real motion should be approve the order of the Tomcat in the amount of $71,028. Forget about the future purchase from 2023 borrowing, because if you're approving it, you're going to have to find the money somewhere.
Jopek
Goes back to Mr. Holt's question.
Jopek motion to approve order of Toolcat in the amount of $71,028.
Holt second.
Any discussion? Not seeing any. Clerk, please take the roll call.
Eileen Daniel, David Holt,
Aye.
Tom Kelly,
Aye.
Stephen Jopek,
Aye.
Thomas Barnett, Gerald Anderson,
Aye.
Leanne Felton,
Aye.
Carrie Mikulowski.
Aye.
Thank you. And just to note, those two are under budget versus what you approved 5 minutes before. So moving on to number 11, which is monthly reports.
I will make a motion to accept the monthly reports from departments as presented.
Is there a second?
Mikulowski second.
Any discussion? Not seeing. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Abstain? Motion passes. Would entertain if we'd like to go into closed session for A, B, C, D, and E.
Jopek move to go to closed session, if necessary, convene in a closed session pursuant to Wisconsin statute section 19.85, subsection EG, considering employment, promotion, compensation, or performance evaluation data of any public employee over which the governmental body has jurisdiction or exercises responsibility, and deliberating or negotiating the purchasing of public properties, the investing of public funds, or conducting other specified public business, whenever competitive or bargaining reasons require a closed session. A, discuss status of negotiations with the Rhinelander Professional Police Association, Local 38. B, discuss litigation in which it is or is likely to become involved. C, discuss sale of public properties. D, adjourn closed session.
No, slow down. You don't approve D and E. It's
Oh.
only A, B, and C,
All right.
despite what the mayor said.
Sorry.
All right. As you were.
Hall
Just to read.
second.
Okay, with the motion and second, clerk, please take the roll call.
David Holt,
Aye.
Stephen Chopek,
Aye.
Eileen Daniel, Carrie Mikulowski,
Aye.
Gerald Anderson,
Aye.
Thomas Barnett, Tom Kelly,
Aye.
Leanne Felton.
Aye.
It is 6:53, and we're going into closed session. It is 7:17, and we are back from closed session. I refer to Mr. Steve, our attorney.
Yeah, as I indicated, we were in negotiations with the police union. We believe we've reached an agreement with the police union. The terms are basically that we've continued many of the terms of the existing agreement. We have agreed to a increase as of January 1st, 2022, and we've agreed to an increase again in July of 2022, and then stepped increases for the year 2023 and 2024. The union has indicated that the leadership tentatively is in agreement, and what I would like to do is get a motion from the body that would authorize the mayor to sign the contract if he's able to, if the union's able to give us their go-ahead on that contract.
Holt, I will make a motion to authorize the mayor to finalize the contract with the police union with the terms just presented.
Is there a second?
Felton, second.
Okay. Clerk, please take the roll call.
Carrie Mikulowski,
Aye.
David Holt,
Aye.
Eileen Daniel, Stephen Jopek,
Aye.
Gerald Anderson,
Aye.
Thomas Barnett, Leanne Felton,
Aye.
Tom Kelly.
Aye.
Motion passes.
And the full contract will be released to the public upon signature by all the important parties.
Okay. 12C, which was discuss sale of public properties. So the city of Rhinelander owns 40 acres, which is CR 339, which is landlocked. We mailed out with a couple weeks' notice to all adjacent property owners of who would be interested in purchasing this from the city of Rhinelander, due to the property being landlocked and us seeing no value of it to the city at this time. From there, we had one interested party who is adjacent property owner who has showed interest in purchasing said property, which is CR 339, for $40,100. He has shown proof of financial ability to purchase this, so we are entertaining a motion to start the process to sell this property to Scott and Diana Biscobing. So I'll spell it just for the record, BISCOBING, for an amount of $40,100, which would be parcel, once again, city-owned, of CR 339.
Holt, I'll make a motion to authorize the sale of land with the CR 33, what is it?
339.
CR 339 to Scott Bisquin.
Is there a sec? Oh,
What's
sorry.
that?
Second.
Mikulowski, second.
Okay, is there a motion and a second? Clerk, please take the roll call.
Gerald Anderson,
Aye.
Stephen Jopek,
Aye.
Eileen Daniel, Carrie Mikulowski,
Aye.
Tom Kelly,
Aye.
Thomas Barnett, David Holt,
Aye.
Leanne Felton.
Aye.
Okay, motion approved. With that, there's no other action to take from closed section. Any future agenda items would people like? Not seeing none. Moving on to 15. Our next meeting would be January 23rd at 6 p.m., same place, which would be City Hall. It is 7:21, meeting adjourned.